So China is threatening a series of countries against making trade deals with the U.S. So where is Xi Jinping going with this warning? Joining me now is Tammy Bruce, State Department spokesperson. Great to see you, Tammy. Congratulations.
Hey,
we haven't talked since your appointment.
I know.
What do you think? How far is Xi willing to go? A lot of people thought he would have, allowed for some kind of compromise deal by now, but he's doubling down.
Well, look, I think what Americans realize and what the world sees is the fact that Donald Trump knows what America needs. He is determined to make sure that we're on an even playing field when it comes to trade, that we are done with being played for fools when it comes to the nature of the deals that are done, that this will be a long-term change. This is not just in the moment. And that's what frightens China. It's certainly the trade deals, but the fact that America is back, that Donald Trump is in charge of the country, and that the world has responded. Over 130 countries now, of course, have contacted us, ready to do the deal with President Trump. The difference is now China is watching, determining whether or not they're going to be able to survive this, and that they now want to be able to get a deal. And there's a point of being able to get a better deal when you show up earlier. But they instead have doubled down. Yeah. I think there's a level of panic here. It will, of course, end in Donald Trump's favor, which is the favor of the United States. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a maneuvering, which China, of course, does not do very well. Donald Trump is, in fact, the best negotiator, the best deal maker in the world. China knows it. And finally, America will get at least a fair effort here for trade, and that's what the president wants for us.
Tammy, let me just ask, is this Xi fighting for something of his own? I mean, a lot of people question whether he is in a shaky position right now as leader, and whether, in fact, he has control of the military, and all kinds of rumors are out that. What can you tell us? Is this something that they are united about, the Chinese Politburo, or is this something about Xi that he has to prove?
Well, I think in that kind of a dynamic where you have a single individual who is dominant over everything, that, of course, with the way that person feels matters certainly for the Communist Chinese Party. It's not about the nature of what the Chinese people want, which is, China's a great country. The Chinese people are remarkable people for 5,000 years. The Chinese Communist Party, not so much, maybe 70 years. And they're still trying to manage to tell people or to project that they have a kind of power that they don't necessarily have. Trump and the idea that America is to be treated with respect and fairly threatens the standing, which is usually very fragile. So while I'm not involved in the nature of analyzing the Chinese Communist Party, I think that we can see by their actions that they've been surprised, and that I think they will finally come around to making a deal with the United States, which every nation has an interest in doing, because we are the hub of business and of diplomacy and of a free world. And that's how we're approaching it.
Well, Tammy, I'm just interested in what kind of pressure they are putting on, particularly the Asian countries like Vietnam, like Thailand, like the countries that have a lot at stake here. I mean, as we are negotiating with those countries for separate deals, are we telling them, look, if China starts to do this to you, we will help you out with this method? I mean, is it come down to that?
Well, I can't speak to any kind of negotiations that are going on or diplomatic conversations. But I think that when it comes to the world knowing the value and the importance of the American consumer, of American products, of the power that we have when it comes to promoting freedom around the world, that the world knows. We don't have to convince them about who the United States is and what we're interested in. China, on the other hand, is not in the same position. So I think that our history and the world understands, of course, the nature of the value of the American relationship.
Tammy, I want to switch from China to Europe, and we had that tremendous meeting with the Prime Minister of Italy last week, and she apparently has been given sort of a power of attorney by the EU, because they understand that Meloni and Trump are very close and that they can negotiate well. What was the substance of the end of that negotiation? Because it may not have been an official negotiation, but there must have been some negotiation there. Are you optimistic about how that turned out and why?
Well, look, both of them had important things to say about that meeting. Both have tremendous regard for each other. It is clear how President Trump views Prime Minister Meloni. She, in my point of view, represents the potential of a new Thatcher, but for all of Europe. I never thought I would see someone in our generation that would, in fact, emerge again in this regard. It's good to know that she is certainly lifting Italy up, so her progress at home is obvious, and Europe has recognized that. And there is a value to being able to relate to and enjoy and to appreciate President Donald Trump. It is an important relationship because of just the point of view politically. Yeah. Both are committed to freedom, to economic freedom, to personal freedom,
Tammy,
and they know how to lift things up.
You're a great spokesperson, but I'm asking for something a little specific. Can you give me anything specific that resulted from that meeting?
Yes. Well, of course, I'm the spokesperson for the State Department. What I am assessing is what everyone else assessed was what came out of that meeting, and it was a good thing. But I can't speak to details between those two particular leaders. Okay. But I think that it's fair to say it's been a very, very good meeting and will be a very good relationship.
Very quickly, because we got another segment right after. The Global Engagement Center is that censorious creation of the Biden administration that was put into the State Department. Have you gotten rid of that? Because there's some suggestion that it's still trying to rise from the ashes.
No, it's over. This was a promise the president made. Obviously, the Republican campaign, the Trump campaign, was based on ending the abuse of the American citizen by the hands of government. Yes. That entity was, again, leading the way to censor Americans. President Trump and Secretary Rubio believe that the First Amendment, more voices, is what makes more freedom and makes the American life worth living. That is gone. It is promises made, promises kept. It's a very good day and a very exciting event that we've had.
It's a good day when government censors are gone. That's for sure.
That's
Tammy
correct.
Bruce, great to see you, Tammy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dave.
Appreciate it.